Hi, Chris. Thank you so much for joining me today. I sincerely appreciate you accepting my invitation for a chat.
You're welcome.
So, Chris, as I shared with you, following you and connecting with you and making friends with you on LinkedIn, I absolutely love following your content. So, y'all, Chris Bauer, find him on LinkedIn. It's phenomenal, the motivational and inspirational posts that he has every single day. So, again, Chris, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So here's my question to you, Chris, and it relates to chapter 4 from my book, which focuses on the importance of relationships in our life. And so from a leadership perspective, a leader within the financial industry, what are the top 3 things, approaches, or attributes that you give credit to for keeping your team engaged, keeping them on track for continued success for Endurance Credit Union? What are those 3 things that you've done?
Well, I think first and foremost, you have to have an open dialogue and communication with your team. I mean, that you really need to let them know, what your expectations are, and want them to also use that same type of open communication with their team. I think without that, obviously, it doesn't matter what 2 and 3 are going to be. You really have to have, the open dialogue and the communication. One of the things I tell them is that I gave them a book to read, and in that book, it's called Well Done. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that book or not.
I am. It's a good one.
Right. So, I tell them that they should always be finding, the ways of, finding their employees doing things right and then pointing that out to them. I think first and foremost, we don't do a good job of recognizing people from time to time and really getting to know our team and how they like to be recognized. Because you can't do a one size fits all, with your team. I mean, a lot of people like to be recognized in different ways, and I think really getting to know your team is a really good way of leading them. And again, communicating with them, recognizing them. So I guess 2 would be, recognizing, and I think listening. I mean, they just really need to listen to what, their staff has to say. And I really try to do that as well. Be very open-minded to listening, not just to respond, but, listening to actually listen to what they have to say. And a lot of times you can get some really good feedback from just paying attention to what your staff has to say.
Okay, so here's what I heard you say. Number 1 is communication, clarity, transparency, and listening to your team. Second is providing them with appreciation in the language that they need to be appreciated. So, the 5 languages of appreciation at work, Dr. Paul White, and anyway. And then third, encouragement. Continue to encourage your leaders to stay engaged, and then also be engaged and listen to and participate and encourage that with their direct reports. How did I do?
No, that's perfect. That's exactly right.
Okay.
See, listening is good, right?
Absolutely. See? Well, seek first to understand before being understood, right? We tend to, as human beings, listen to someone else because we're working up a response when we should be listening to make sure that we are understanding the needs of the other person, right?
Right, exactly.
All right, well, wonderful. Well, if there was something that you would like the audience that's listening and watching right now, if there was a pointer that you had for them, again, being a thought leader on leadership, love your posts, love your stuff and your philosophy. So what would that one thing, what do you want people to take away from you sharing today?
I think that the main thing is that you're always leading. Just don't think that, just because you stepped away from, one part of your organization into your personal life, you're always leading. And I think, people think a lot of, you know, when I'm posting stuff, you know, one thing I really want people to realize is that you really need to live your message. You know, just anyone can just post stuff and just have this, you know, this real inspirational things you want to say, but you really need to walk the walk. And you know, I try to do that all the time, either at work or at home or, you know, in my community. I really try to do that, and you have to lead yourself first.
Yes, self-awareness. I talk a lot about that in the book, The Magical Power of Three. So thank you very much for sharing today. And y'all, Chris Bauer, LinkedIn, you got to follow him. It's incredible stuff that he posts every single day. So Chris, thank you very much for joining us today. Sincerely appreciate it, and I look forward to continuing to follow you. And if you're in Oklahoma or Texas, open up an account with Endurance Credit Union. They will take very good care of you. So thanks, Chris. Have a great day.